Hello and welcome everybody to the final day of the 13 Days of Monsterween for 2019 here on the channel. And today, we've got a very special episode of Monster Prom. And you may be asking yourself, why is it very special? Well, one, because updates happened for spooky things in the game, and also a new secret route involving an item. And because the developers over at Monster Prom, or I should say the publishers, those awesome guys, sent me a key to give away to all of you as sort of a present for playing the game before on the channel. So at some point in the video, I'm going to be giving you all the details on how to enter a contest to win not only the base game of Monster Prom, but it will also come with a key for Monster Prom second term as well. So stay tuned at some point in the video. I'll be telling you all how to enter that contest. And it'll be super simple, super easy. There will be very little barrier to entry, so that way most people should be able to enter, and I hope most people are able to enter. So we're going to have to enter our name here for Halloween, and as we know, since it's spooky and scary, we will have to go to... not spoopy. What am I doing? Hold on. There we go, Spooky Beef. And we will be one of our favorite characters, Oz. And we'll take they, because we like to mix it up, because some people have told me they enjoyed how I mix up the pronouns, just because it makes them feel good, and so I'm going to keep doing it. You know, people told me it made them feel happy, so I'm going to keep doing it, because why not? Spread the joy. Am I right? So, the only thing you will need to know about the quiz going into this secret route, because this is still somewhat of a guide, right, that I usually do for these secret routes, is that you want to make sure that you have at least 7 money. That's it. So if you've got a money option in the beginning, go ahead and take it. All other stats do not matter. You will need at least 7 money in order to purchase the locket that we will need to buy from Vera at lunch on the second day. Everything else doesn't really matter for stats. We've got our 7 money, so we can go wherever we like. So let's see, we've got 655377. Let's go to the gym. Let's get that charm up, shall we? That day an epic dodgeball match takes place. We're also going to be skipping most of the dialogue options we've seen before as well, in order to keep this going a little bit quicker. After all that, you decide to look for a spot outside the school where to get some good sunbathing. But you fail to focus on your sunbathing since you see Scott and Miranda deep in conversation.
It's a sports game thing, Miranda. I think I'm a good boy, but there's something that just gets me growling when I see the opposing team.
Yuck!
Oh, Scott, believe me, I understand better than you may think. It's exactly how I feel about those horrendous air people.
So that might be bold. So I think our bold and our charm are matched, which is kind of sucky, because at this point it's a coin toss. So I'm going to see if I can't reach truce, because I'm pretty sure, you know, we might lose either way. Oh, so charming! Look at that! We got it right. So very charming, sir.
What?
Touchdown!
Yes, you're a genius. Cheerleading is always the answer.
Scott, as much as I appreciate you, peace isn't the answer with those hideous air people. Also, how did you two plan to put an end to a feud that has existed for centuries just by cheerleading?
Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, air people, just end this war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Reaching peace would be really great. 9, 10, 12, 13. Remember to always use sunscreen.
You decide not to point out he forgot 11. Just missing one number is quite good by lovely Scott's standards.
Disgraceful.
Scott, this is useless. Trying to negotiate with the air people is never an option.
But then a slip of paper falls from the sky. Miranda picks it up and reads it.
Dear Scott, I really liked your cheerleading. Keep being this cheerful. Sincerely, the Sun.
Hooray!
This has nothing to do with our feud, Scott. Gasp. I guess I should seek war advice from someone else. Have a nice day.
She might be right, but I won't ever stop cheerleading. Thanks, Spooky Beef. Thanks, son. Hooray!
That's a funny nod to another line where Damien tries to punch the sun, and Scott references that they're sometimes pen pals. It's a great callback to their own game.
But then you spot something.
Good one, Polly. He totally thinks he's friends with the sun now. We can mess with him in his head big time. Right? I also didn't want the big guy to feel like his cheerleading was useless. As annoying as it can be sometimes, he doesn't deserve to be sad.
You know what? I agree. Oh, it was Vera and Polly once again messing with people's heads. But you know what? Scott is happy and he thinks your idea worked. So good enough. You gained 2 fun and 1 creativity.
Nice. I like being fun and also creative. It is very nice for me to do.
All right.
So, of course, at lunch, we got to do what we always do. See our very favorite character, Valerie, the punk cat shopkeeper. And so you'll notice that she may have a few items for you here. A lot of items, depending on how far you are in the game. But one very specific new one called the Cursed Locket of Winston Montgomery. A locket bearing not only a curse, but also the sad love story between Winston Montgomery and the mysterious Esmeralda. Go ahead and pick that up for 7 money. You know what? All profits made are donated to a good cause. Spoiler alert, the good cause is buying me a new phone. Sweet. So go ahead, buy that, and now you'll be set up for taking on the world, baby, and whatever new events it has to arise.
All right.
So let's see here now. We want to get that charm up some more, and Valerie did not pick the gym. Thanks, Val. Love you, girl. So we're going to go over to that epic dodgeball match and see what else is up.
Afterwards, you notice Scott huddled next to Vera. These two have hardly ever hang out. You wonder what's up. Scott seems to be showing Vera some kind of sports diagram.
Oh, bro.
But we just keep losing football games over and over. Coach says we're just not sporting hard enough, but I'm sporting as hard as I can. I figured since you're super smart and everything, maybe you could help me sport.
Fix your entire team in 10 minutes?
You're
Well,
one
obviously I can do
over.
that. I'm incredible.
Vera
Listen,
Oberman.
what you need is an oblique strategy, a new technique that your opponents won't expect. Like poison darts, or a vicious campaign of psychological warfare, or...
Now's your chance to impress them. Jump in with an idea that will show them how much you know about winning sports. Good job. What you guys need is...
Blackmail material! One well-placed camera in the opposing team's locker room is all it takes. He's a player who's really a truck. No one would be able to stop them. So, our boldness might be for blackmail. Seems very bold. So let's just go with a truck. Truck seems fun. It seems creative. Let's do it. Oh, the truck was bold? Oh, man! Sometimes the game bops you. Thankfully, this isn't an incorrect answer for our plot line for the amulet.
Uh-huh, did you say truck? Where's the truck? Where is it? I'll kill it, I'll kill it.
Oh, you imbecile. Don't you
You're
know dogs hate
fair.
trucks? That's why they always chasing them. Wow, good grammar, dude.
Truck, 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 truck.
Now you've really done it. It takes 2 hours, a belly rub, and an entire pack of chicken sausages to get Scott calmed down. Vera sends you an invoice for the wasted time, and the sausages. You lose 2 money and 1 smarts.
Damn it, I'm in debt to Vera. You never want to be in debt to Vera. God damn it. I'd rather be in student debt than debt to Vera. Because at least you can pay back student debt. Alright, so let's see. We can go back to the gym and get our charm all the way back up. And see what we're doing. Always go to the gym, you guys. Look at Oz in those shorts. I lose -5 mercy too, which isn't a real stat, but hey.
You finally manage to snag a few moments alone. You take the opportunity to open that locket you bought in the shop. Inside is a faded sepia photograph of a young woman. A chill suffuses the air, and a reedy voice speaks to you from nowhere.
That was Esmeralda, my one true love. If only I'd been better to her, but I fell in love with the bottle instead. Forgive me, I should introduce myself,
Sighs the spirit.
My name is Winston Montgomery, and this is my story.
Whoa! Did that disembodied voice just admit to having a drinking problem? I love imbibing alcoholic spirits! I love that line so much. Because not only does she love imbibing spirits, as in alcohol, but she also loves imbibing alcoholic spirits, which means the spirit of an alcoholic who died. It works on so many levels, you guys. Like Polly's outfit. Bing.
Wait.
Wait, says the voice. What about my quest to redeem myself? This is bound to be an adventure full of pathos and complex lore.
Fuck that. Polly's way harder than this dumb antique locket. You crush it up and divide it into lines.
Hell yeah! Can't wait to spend an entire plotline with my good friend Spooky Babe, getting absolutely twisted on freaky drugs. I heard your special holiday-related interactions with our classmates got kind of dark and emotional. But that's not gonna happen with me! I'm a party, baby! I'm Polly, baby! No skeletons in my closet. I'm a ghost. Ghosts don't got no skeletons! But wait.
Polly locks eyes with you, suddenly very seriously.
Whoa.
We can't do these drugs, dude. Without taking the proper safety precautions! Responsibility drug use is the cornerstone of health and responsibility and responsibleness.
You couldn't agree more. You share your #1 haunted locket snorting safety tip with her to show you know her what's up. You know her what's up. To show her you know what's up, bro.
Polly, you deserve nothing less than pure, unadulterated spirit. Test this locket to make sure it's not cut with Lich or Banshee or Clorox. Always stay hydrated. So, if your charm is your highest stat, you want to pick the first option. If your smarts is your highest stat or higher than your charm, you want to go with stay hydrated, which is always just generally a good idea. Since our charm is a muy bueno, we're going to take the first option.
Yes.
That's great advice. I'll make sure this locket is pure and save us from jump scares. Oh, fuck. Jump scares where?
Oh god, I got scared for a second. When you say jump scare, damn it. It's spooky Halloween time, man. You can't say jump scare. Gonna give a man a heart attack.
You scoop up a little of the crushed locket into a plastic baggie and submit it to drugdata.org for analysis. This is a real website and you should use it if you do drugs. You wait anxiously for the results, but because time passes cartoonishly fast at Spooky High, you don't have to wait for long.
Let's say, sold as Spirit of Winston Montgomery, and it does contain at least some of his spirit, but it's also been mixed with 2CB, mescaline, guacamole, and the Ghost of Christmas Past. Oh, sweet! I love the Ghost of Christmas Past! All of which are things I'm totally comfortable ingesting. Let's do this!
You do the hell out of those drugs, netting yourself +2 charm, but then somebody has to show up and spoil your +1 fun.
That's a good phrase. That's a good play on words right there. Oh, come on, you two. Getting high on random substances again? This has got to stop. You're taking unnecessary risks and screwing up your life.
Polytime.
What life? This is my afterlife, girls.
Polly, you know that's not what Joy meant. It's just, you do take a lot of drugs.
Okay, well, answer me this. Are you this judgmental of Damien and Scott chugging energy drinks like water or eating high sugary junk food? You cool with that too?
Also, man, energy drinks, guys. Energy drinks are basically just toxic waste. Like, you might as well just eat Taco Bell. At least Taco Bell will give you superpowers from its irradiated horse meat. It's not the same.
Isn't it? Okay, let me turn the happy-go-lucky Polly off for a second here. Does ecstasy carry more immediate risk than chocolate? Sure. But that doesn't mean you cannot fuck your health abusing caffeine and refined sugars, or that you can't do recreational drugs in a mindful way. If your whole substance use policy boils down to, don't do drugs, kids, you'll never learn how to actually think about what you're putting in your body.
So you'd rather go around telling kids to do drugs? Great plan, Polly.
I'm not saying that, but your kids are going to realize there are some drugs that can actually be fun, regardless of what you tell them. So you can stick with your anti-drug bullshit and get a lot of uneducated people, or you can try and actually give proper substance use advice. God, you're so dumb. You know, stuff like, know the substance, know your body, know the context. Always do drugs to have a good time, never to escape a bad one.
I'm just going to interject Polly right here. This is a very slippery slope in a mindset. Just because my family, I am the only person who's never been addicted to an illegal substance, and they all started out by doing them to have a good time. Every single one of them will always tell stories about how whatever they were doing, they always started out, having a good time with their friends, just doing it to have fun, and then they started using it as basically a band-aid solution for their issues. So that's my personal life experience, so I'm going to have a bias on this exact one. Just be safe, be mindful, and know yourself. Like, if you know you're going to have if you have an addictive personality, like maybe you gambled or you bought far too many Pokemon TCG packs or Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever it may be, just know yourself before you get into stuff like this, because it can fuck you up. So there's just me trying to be a good person for the day.
Build your own set of rules and never break them, so you maintain control of your own consumption.
Those are actually pretty decent principles.
Really?
Of course they are. When I was alive, I was pretty kick-ass when it came to doing drugs responsibly.
I mean, we've seen you do meth just because you were bored of the afterlife, so I find that a little hard to believe.
It's not the same. Know your body, remember? I'm a ghost. Don't got no body to fuck up. But when I was alive, I didn't do that kind of fucked up stuff. No way of doing that and not fucking yourself up too bad too fast. And when I did the other stuff, be it ecstasy, coke, shrooms, or whatever, I did it recreationally and followed all that advice. Listen, I'm not saying you should go and do some acid, nor am I saying that you should never eat candy or drink coffee. There's a good and bad way of doing both. But substance abuse is not the same as substance use. Or rather, substance use is not the same as substance abuse. It's all about learning the difference. Anyway, I'm having a good time here, so leave me alone, okay? Why don't you focus on evil corporations marketing highly addictive sugary treats to children?
That's actually not a terrible idea, Polly. Sorry for judging you.
Yes.
Damn right. If I want to crush up the spirit of a long-dead rando and snort it, that's my business and no one else's.
Ugh.
Whoa, hold on. That's not without someone's spirit. That changes everything.
I mean, sure, you're making choices that are safe for you, but you've also got to do your due diligence to make sure you're not harming other people.
You won't leave me alone, will you? I'm starting to think you three have a buzzkill kink or something.
Well, maybe if you'd ever been harmed by someone's drug use, you wouldn't be so cavalier about these things.
Big assumption you're making there. You think I've never been harmed by someone's substance abuse, Someone else's substance abuse is how I died.
Enough of this.
Seriously, Polly, now's not the time for your hilarious running gag. You're being irresponsible, and you need to...
Oh, am I? Huh? Fuck this. You think this is irresponsible? How about I show you irresponsible?
That doesn't seem necessary, but...
But it's too late. Polly's normally bubbly energy undergoes a complete and horrible change. She recedes into the wall, and all throughout the school you begin to hear the sounds of screaming and explosions.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a good place to end that right there. That's a good place to end that altercation. We have just unleashed a... What is that, a Class 5 free-roaming vapor or something? I guess she'd actually be a Class 7 in the terms of Ghostbusters. Which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, I've got a playlist for Ghostbusters Video Game Remastered up on the channel for the 13 days of Halloween. Or sorry, the 13 days of Monsterween. So go ahead and check that out if you're into some spooky games still.
You're about to take the first bite of your delicious cafeteria lunch when Coach appears out of nowhere.
All right, yeah, we've known this one for Coach. Playing with your food, specifically the football with your food. Or, yeah, let's do football with food. We've had this done before. I think it's charm, right? Get like 4 charm. Or no, 4 fun. All right, there we go. We'll take it. We'll take fun and charm. After all, we're trying to get to those specific sweet plot points with I guess we've now got to calm down Polly. We can't go to the gym for extra charm. So I guess we could go to the... Let's see, where would we go? Let's go to the auditorium. We rarely ever go to the auditorium. So let's do that for creativity. Because we're also trying not to make stuff higher than our charm. Well, other than fun, but we don't want to get stuff too close to itself. Because you never know when it's going to, overlap and get another double. And if you roll doubles, it's bad. Try and avoid duplicate stats like 5 and 5 if you can.
It's business as usual at Spooky High, except that lately Polly becomes a wrathful spectre from time to time in order to terrorize the entire school. No one can sit down in class because chairs are constantly flying across the room, all the water fountains are gushing blood, and everyone's drugs are gone. Wait, what?
Worst episode ever.
This is unacceptable. I'm sure there's a way to solve this peacefully. We only need to talk to Polly. She's actually very nice when you get to know her.
Enough of this.
No, Faith, there's only one solution. A climactic showdown wherein we seal Polly inside an enchanted jar to end her rampage.
Hey, you.
Wow. Pump the brakes, you three. In my experience, anytime someone says there's only one solution, there are usually multiple solutions.
Always the
We are not
same with
interested
you.
in doing any crimes, Vera.
Only 5 or 6 of my potential solutions involved crimes. How about this one, though? Has it ever occurred to you that Polly might have a reason for flipping out like this?
You know, Vera has a point. Ghosts usually only behave like this when they have some kind of unfinished business.
Everyone has some unfinished business, and it'd be nice of a change of pace if instead of judging other people as allies or enemies from your self-righteous throne, you actually tried to understand them better.
Okay, then, what's Polly's deal?
Pathetic.
You're higher than she is if you think I'll go around talking about her private life. Polly is one of the only people I would never betray. She's one of the few good ones around here. But you go ahead and do your best to get to understand her.
Goodbye.
And if I see you trying to seal her inside of an enchanted whatever, I will make this your final season.
Was it really too much to ask her just to tell us what's going on? But Joy, she's not wrong. How can we pretend to save people if we don't try to learn how are they hurting? Fine.
I'm hopeful about you.
Okay, we're on the same page now, but what are we supposed to do in order to learn about the unfinished business of a troubled ghost?
In these situations, there's always a pale, creepy kid who talks to ghosts. We just need to get that little fucker to spill the beans.
Use a Ouija board to call her mom.
So, if your charm is your highest stat, go ahead and try and find that creepy kid who talks to ghosts. If you want to talk to Polly's mom, you're going to have to be smart. We're not smart, so we're going to have to go with that sweet, sweet charm option. In these situations, there's always a pale, creepy kid.
Best episode ever.
Oh yeah, that kid Cole over at Spooky Elementary is super pale, and he talks to ghosts all the time. He's been in like 3 different horror movies.
He's got to know something about Polly.
Whoa, the background got all ominous there, like Polly's. Whew. You find Cole sitting alone in a darkened church. He is indeed super pale, stares off into space a lot, and has a tendency to mumble.
Honestly, this doesn't seem like the type of guy Polly would hang out with, but what the hell, right? Hey kid, do you know anything about Pollygeist? Or do you know anything about how Pollygeist died? I was gonna say, do you know anything about how Pollygeist did?
Cole turns his head, eyes on you, then suddenly he says in a tone far too solemn for a kid.
Yeah, of course I do. I talk to Polly all the time.
Huh?
How so? Does she creep into your room at night, plague your nightmares, and compel you to draw creepy pictures of you murdering your parents? Nah. I just text her a lot on WhatsApp. She added me because we're number neighbors. Oh my god, they referenced the number neighbor bullshit. Every couple weeks, she gets super drunk and starts talking about that car accident and you know what? I feel like sharing any more would violate the sacred bond between number neighbors. If you really want to know, you should probably just ask her yourself. She's really open. At least she's really open with me, a random boy she added on a messaging app because we have similar phone numbers. Yeah, that sounds very Polly. Anyway, thanks kid, you've been a big help.
Cole shrugs and you return to his busy schedule of staring creepily off into space. You gain some important knowledge about your friend and also 2 smarts and 1 creativity.
Nice-oo. Epico nice-oo. We haven't really had a tiny creepy kid in Monster Prom yet, so I'm glad they finally got around to that trope. Makes me feel muy bueno. So let's see here now. We could go for a nice good charm boost, so why not? Let's get that charm up.
Oh, boom, bam.
Charm, baby. That day an epic dodgeball match takes place every day.
Later you find Scott sitting on the bleachers talking to himself.
And victory is like a car, you just gotta chase it and no, it's no use, bro. The big game's this weekend and I'm not the quarterback, so I've gotta give a good prep talk, but, well, I don't know how to talk pep, bro. I've got plenty of pep inside of me, but how do I make it come out of my mouth? I've tried using words and different words and even grunts and growls, but my teammates just look at me in fear and confusion. Do you think maybe you could help me talk my pep prep?
Of course you can. You share your secret to an extra peppy talk.
Here, wear my lucky underwear. My talk is always peppier with this around my nethers. Ooh, Scott's nethers. It's not supposed to be a pep talk, it's supposed to be a pup talk. Bring all your baby brothers and everyone will get super pupped for sure. See, that could be charming, or it could be fun or creative. But let's just give it a go. Yeah, it's fun! I knew it! I knew it was gonna be fun! Puppies are always fun! I love puppies, you guys.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I don't even know what pep means, but I do know what pup means, and I've got plenty of those at home.
Scott comes the next day with an armful of half-toddler, half-wolf pups. They're adorable, they're horrible, they're horrible. The rest of Scott's team doesn't know whether to flee in terror or snuggle up with the little guys.
Oh, look how well everybody's getting along. They all love each other. This is gonna be way better than expected, since I forgot to feed the little guys before I brought them over here.
Strange, the wolf pups don't seem hungry at all. Also, the other team mysteriously fails to show up to the game. Win-win. You gain 2 charm and 1 creativity.
Huh. I wonder how they, failed to show up. It seems like maybe... Well, I mean, if they were hungry before they left and they're not hungry now, and the other team went missing, well, where could they be? However, what you guys probably shouldn't be missing out on is the details on how to enter the Monster Prom giveaway that I'm doing for this episode. That's right, you probably thought I forgot or some jank. I didn't forget. I love you guys. I love and appreciate every single one of you who watches my Monster Prom videos and who's here regularly for the channel. So here's what's going to happen. If you want to enter the contest, I'm going to need you to go over to Twitter and tweet at me the hashtag MonsterWeen2019. It'll be on screen for you right here, so just go ahead, keep it up on screen, pause the video, do whatever so you can, copy paste it. There'll also be a tweet up. I'll put a link to the tweet down below in the description, so if you want to just be able to copy it all from there, go ahead. You can also reply to that tweet and you'll get entered as well. And some other things I'd appreciate as well that don't necessarily affect your entry into the contest is just go ahead and subscribe and like the video and share it with your friends, so that way maybe your friends can win the contest too. Or maybe if you've already got the game and you hope to win it for a friend, maybe you could enter and your friend could enter, doubling your chances of winning. How about that? That's a great strategy, right? fantastic. So I really would appreciate it if you want to win the Monster Prom base game and the Monster Prom DLC, if you could go ahead and do those things for me. The contest will be open from Thursday, October 31st, until Friday, November 8th. I will be announcing the winner over on Twitter and probably on the YouTube channel as well on Friday, November 8th. So please go ahead and turn on your notifications, everything like that, so you don't miss the announcement. Also, make sure your DMs are open on Twitter, because it's the only way I will be able to contact you. So if I can't DM you by the next day, I am going to have to choose another winner. So please make sure if you want to win, you follow those easy steps. There will also be steps pasted down below in the description, so just go ahead, and that's how you enter.
So, you puff yourself up, hoping to look as big and tough and as sporty as possible as you take your seat next to the wolf pack.
Oh man, they're dressed like, is that Calculester's original getup? That is Calculester's original getup. That's awesome. Howling at the moon or practicing Ikebana, the ancient Japanese art of floral arrangements. Yeah, man. Practicing Ikebana, of course. We don't need to read all this. We've done it before on the channel, so. Damn, we got creativity, though. I didn't want creativity. I wanted charm. But I guess Ikebana would be that. Howling at the moon probably would have been like boldness or something. So let's go to the gym to make charm our superior stat. And this will be the finale of what happens to Polly.
But you don't have time for that. You slip away with the coven as soon as you can to go find Polly, armed with your new knowledge. You finally encounter her in the school's sub-basement, surrounded by empty nitrous oxide canisters, alternately cackling and weeping as she fucks with the power supply.
Polly, we know about the car accident. You said someone else's substance abuse is how you died. That was actually true, wasn't it? We want to help. Oh, you want to help, do you? Yet you run around judging people and trying to solve problems that you don't even understand. You're trying to teach me about the consequences of substance abuse as if I needed to learn about it. Ha! I already know all about it, you bitches. I've gotten flack for doing drugs all my life, but I'm not dumb. When I was alive, I was mindful and responsible. Always substance use, never substance abuse. You know who didn't know the difference that well? My father. I knew the difference. I was always responsible. And I died. So what do you have to say that, huh? What wacky advice or wild distraction do you have planned now, huh? Or abstraction, whatever. Come on, I'm waiting.
For once, maybe it would be better not to debate between absurd plans. Maybe today is a good day to just be sincere.
Go ahead and just tell her you do want to understand her. If she wants to tell you more about her father, you're here to listen. You can see she's hurting, so start by making her see you understand that you were wrong to judge her so fast on her relationship with substances. Today, you're not here to judge. So if your charm is your highest stat, you want to show Polly that today, you're not here to judge, you're here to listen. And I believe it's creativity or boldness. I forget which it was. I didn't actually get this far on the second run because my charm was still higher on my second run through this. So if your other stats are higher than your charm, go ahead and tell her you do want to understand. That might actually be smarts. But our charm is larger, so it's the second option. So let's go ahead and pick that. Ugh. I see. Thanks. So I told you I always followed all that good advice when I did drugs while I was alive, right? I learned how my body responded to getting high. I read about any shit I decided I was doing. Learned what I needed to carry just in case and how much time I had to wait until doing it again. The nights I decided I was not getting high, I stuck to my decision and said no to any friend who offered me anything. And I never did anything when I was in a low point in order to avoid teaching myself that any substance was a way of escaping from my issues. Y'all should take note of that. That's a good one. If you're feeling low, it's probably not a good idea to, I'm even going to throw in like overeating because that's what I used to do when I was younger and I got a big old chubby bunny going on here on my stomach because of it. I used to eat my problems away. So don't eat your problems away. Don't chocolate your problems away. Don't drink your problems away. Don't smoke it away. Don't inject it away. They don't go away. But not my dad. He was a poor man crushed under the excruciating expectations his father put on him. He lived in perpetual disappointment, life being this big, constant defeat. So he started drinking to escape that misery. And whatever you use to forget your problems, you need to use it again and again. Because when the vodka wears off, you're still the same person with the same issues.
I get it. He was hurting so bad. It broke my heart. But that was never grounds to put all of us, any of us, at risk. And you know the funny part? He's the only one who survived the car accident.
That's terrible, Polly.
It is.
I guess if anyone knows the difference between use and abuse, it's you. And we understand that now. Being a ghost and all, you can go wilder without real consequences for yourself. But you should still mind the consequences you impose on other people. If not, as much as you see the bad in what your father did, you're still here, making the same mistakes he made.
You're actually right. Maybe I should care a bit more.
Yes, go ahead, go and enjoy afterlife your way. You were right about that. Just be mindful of how that might affect other lives.
And with that last piece of wisdom, Polly starts to shine in a strange way while slowly phasing out.
What? I guess this was my true unfinished business. I'm finally ready to move on, you guys. Out of this plane. Thanks. Really, thanks.
A beautiful light surrounds her as she says these last words, and finally, she disappears. You look at each other with tears in your eyes. You will never forget this sometimes complex, but always awesome fan favorite, Pollygeist.
It's party time.
Prank, huh? You should have seen the look on your faces. What a bunch of nerds. Nah, this is just all regular phasing out. I have this rad party in the nether realms I wanted to attend, so I need to leave. But don't worry, guys. Tonight, I'm partying in a slightly more responsible way. Thanks to all of you. For real, though. Thank you.
This time she phases out for good.
Gosh, she's a handful, huh? I have to admit, it's hard not to like her at least a little bit.
We did a good thing today.
What a plot.
Yes, we did.
And with that, the screen fades to black and the credits roll. You're hella confused, but this is what you get when you go on adventures with the Coven. But hey, you're also getting +2 boldness and +1 charm, so don't complain, asshole.
And I'm not sure if it works if you ask none of them to prom, but if you ask Polly to prom, you will get the ending. So let's go ahead and ask Polly to prom. If you're willing to experiment at this phase, generally asking nobody to prom also triggers the ending. It's kind of been like a staple for their patterns, so it's probably a safe bet, but I'm going to go ahead and choose Polly because I know that's the one.
Hi.
Hi!
All right.
You're daydreaming of prom, but suddenly Polly phases in out of nowhere.
Hey, boo.
Hey, boo. I wanted to thank you. You and the nerds were really nice to me the other day. All that left me thinking, I had this heavy feeling like a burden. My unfinished business wasn't just telling you about how I died.
Speaking of which, this is a Halloween episode, and people were probably expecting some spooky, scary skeletons or anything, but I'm going to tell you this right now. The scariest shit is real life.
Ooh, spooky.
I mean, I make that as a joke, but also the scariest shit is real life, you guys. Like,
I realized I've been carrying some pain and conflicted feelings. It's hard. What my dad did wasn't okay. It was a horrible thing that had even more horrible consequences. I hate him for putting himself at risk, for putting us at risk. I hate that because of him we're no longer together. But at the same time, he's still my father and I love him so much. I know deep down he's not a bad person, even if he did a terrible thing. Under all the pain, he always loved us. On some nights, I visit him and I see how much he still hurts after we died, and my heart breaks. You know, he sobered up after the accident. He did change, but if you saw the sadness in his eyes, Spooky Beef, he's trying his best, and yet life is more overwhelming than ever. Life should be about enjoying being alive. If you focus on all that heavy bullshit, you risk becoming miserable. And yet, by forcing myself to always be carefree, I too was trying to escape from my pain. Life is a celebration, but I guess it's also okay to hurt. And there is liberation in dealing with your issues and your unfinished businesses. And in my case, I have this big-ass unfinished business I need to solve. All those bottled-up feelings. I still bleed for what he did, and at the same time, I miss him so much. My dad, Spooky Beef. I miss him so much. I miss my dad.
You say nothing, you just hug her. Polly bursts into tears. You think to yourself, some situations are not meant to be solved in 3 weeks or through a wacky plot line. But if we're patient and if we're there for our loved ones, if only just to be there on their darkest nights, then maybe one day everything will be okay.
oh, it's Polly and the parents and the little baby sibling and the dad. Oh, her dad's got a beard, and she's still got the little ponytail thing, and she's got a sun on her thing. I forgive you. I hope you can forgive yourself too. See you, Pauline. Or Pauline. I forget if Polly's full name is Pauline. But that's a weathered hand too. That's a very sad photo. Well, I hope you were hoping for a downer this Halloween, because, oh boy! That was a great time, wasn't it? 4 new outcomes, no new secret endings, because we already got it earlier in the practice run. But, yeah, thank you all so much for joining me on the final day of the 13 Days of Monsterween. If you made it through the whole video, congratulations, thank you. Go ahead in the YouTube comments and let me know if this was the saddest ending ever. Because it pretty much was, man. That was some sad, sad shit. And don't forget, go over to Twitter. Tweet at me, whatbeef, Monsterween 2019, hashtag Monsterween 2019, to get yourself entered into the random draw for winning Monster Prom and Monster Prom second term DLC. I'm looking forward to it. Once again, thank you to those awesome guys, Beautiful Glitch, and the Monster Prom team for giving me the opportunity to share Monster Prom with y'all over these last, almost 2 years now? Jesus. It's almost been 2 years for Monster Prom. Yeah, because in May coming up, it'll be like the second year, right? Holy Jesus. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget, if you want more Monster Prom and you haven't seen any of my videos yet, there's a playlist on the channel already for you. Just go ahead and watch it all. You'll see my entire adventure through this weird, spooky, second term, base game, holiday seasonal things, streams I did. It's a pretty big playlist, and I think you'll enjoy it. But thank you all for joining me on this most fabulous Monsterween, the 13 Days of Monsterween, here for 2019. And in November, tomorrow, there's going to be a brand new surprise coming up, and I hope you all enjoy it. The looting and the shooting will never be the same again. But until then, take care, everybody.